Hello, friends. Today, we will travel back in time to the early 1800s and follow the journey of Lewis and Clark, two famous explorers who helped open up the American frontier. Our story begins in St. Louis, Missouri, where two explorers, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, were preparing for their journey to the Pacific Ocean. They had been hired by President Thomas Jefferson to explore the vast, wild territory that the United States had just purchased from France in what was called the Louisiana Purchase. The year before, Lewis and Clark had traveled to the Pacific Northwest and had explored the Columbia River as far south as the present-day Oregon-Idaho border. Now they were going even farther west, into the unknown. Along with them on this adventure was a team of 45 men and a dog named Seaman. Their goal was to find a route to the Pacific through or around the Rocky Mountains and to establish friendly relations with the Native Americans they encountered along the way. They also had orders to collect plants and animals that could be used as food, medicine, or for other purposes, and they were armed with guns and ammunition in case they needed to defend themselves against hostile tribes or wild animals. The journey was long and arduous, lasting from April 1804 to September 1806. They traveled by boat and on foot, portaging their boats over land whenever they encountered obstacles, such as waterfalls or rapids. They faced many dangers on their journey, such as getting lost, being attacked by Native Americans, and suffering from hunger and disease. But they pressed on, driven by their determination to succeed and their desire to see what lay beyond the mountains. Today, we know that Lewis and Clark made it all the way to the Pacific Ocean, where they planted an American flag and celebrated their achievement. They then turned around and headed back east, arriving in St. Louis in September 1806. So what can we learn from the story of Lewis and Clark? First of all, we can see how these brave explorers pushed through difficult times and never gave up. Even when they faced danger and despair, they knew that their journey was important and that their hard work would pay off in the end. Secondly, the story of Lewis and Clark reminds us to be respectful and open-minded when interacting with people who are different from us. The explorers made every effort to learn about Native American cultures and to build relationships with the tribes they met. And finally, we can learn from their example to always keep exploring and discovering new things. The world is full of wonders and beauty, and there is always something new to learn. So let's keep our minds open and our spirits of adventure alive.